Okay, cool. All right, try number 17.
Eating at fancy restaurants is fun but expensive. Eating is the main verb.
Okay,
Eating
what
is.
kind of verb is it?
It's a be verb or a linking verb. It's a linking verb and a be verb.
Correct.
Uh, Eating is a gerund. Eating at fancy restaurants is a gerund phrase working as a subject, right?
Correct. What's at what?
Fancy restaurants is a prepositional phrase working as an adjective.
Correct. My bad. My bad. Eating is the gerund, working as a subject.
Right, and then the rest is a prepositional phrase.
At fancy restaurants is a prepositional phrase. What's it working as?
Working as the subject.
No, prepositional phrases do not work as subjects, Jeffrey.
No, not the prepositional phrase. Eat it.
I know. What's the prep phrase working as?
An adjective.
No. Why would it be working as an adjective?
Because the subject is a noun, and therefore what describes a noun is an adjective.
But in this case, the subject is a gerund. And like infinitives, gerunds do what?
They retain their inherent verbiness.
Correct. And this answers the question, eating where?
Oh yeah, true. So that makes this an adverb phrase, or works as an adverb.
A prepositional phrase working as an adverb. Correct. Now, what are fun but expensive? What are those words?
Eating is fun but expensive. So that's the object complement.
No. Where's the object? How can you have an object complement without an object?
Oh yeah, you're right. It's not an object complement. It's a.
There are two.
Hold on, let me check.
There are two meows and one conjunction.
No, it's not.
There are two meows and one conjunction.
It's a predicate nominative.
It's a predicate adjective. They're both predicate adjectives. Fun and expensive are both adjectives.
Oh, okay.
Why would they be predicate nouns? Nominative means noun. All right.
Oh, okay.
18. And this is so true, Jeffrey. I don't know how many times I've had to tell you this already, but read number 18 because this is something you need to learn.
I don't want to see you throwing those berries at your little sister.
Yeah, I'm tired of it, Jeffrey. I'm tired of seeing you throwing berries at Chloe. All right, go ahead and parse it.
Okay. I don't want to see you throwing these berries at your little sister. Let me first get the prepositional phrases because they actually are confusing sometimes. Alright, at your little sister, I got it. The verb is want. Who wants? I want. Therefore, I am the subject. Do want is the verb phrase. I missed the do. Do is a modal auxiliary. Not is an adverb. Want is the main verb. I am the subject. Or rather, I is the subject. I don't want what? I don't want to see. To see is an infinitive phrase. Is an infinitive. Right?
Yes. But to see is not... Sorry. To see is not the whole infinitive phrase. To see is only part of the infinitive phrase. What's the whole infinitive phrase?
To see you throwing those berries at your little sister's the rest of the phrase, right?
No, to see you throwing those berries is the rest of the phrase. You already told me at your little sister is a prep phrase.
But isn't that describing throwing at whom? So
if you think about the sentence diagram, it's coming down from throwing, okay? Throwing is up on the infinitive treehouse, and that should say, by the way... It should say, that's a mistake, this sentence. It should say either you're throwing, which will make it say that, okay? Or it should say you throw.
Oh, yeah, it has an R there. I couldn't tell that was an R.
So I had you write an R there before? Yeah. So have it say, I don't want to see your throwing, okay? I don't want to see your throwing.
Okay.
So...
I don't... You're throwing those berries at your little sister.
So
the object of the gerund is berries, right? And those is an adjective.
Correct. And
that at your little sister is working as the Adverb.
Right, because it's telling us,
telling you at whom throwing.
it's telling you where.
Where
Where you're throwing, okay? So the thing is this. Do want's the verb phrase. I do want, therefore I is the subject. I do want what? I do want to see. Therefore, to see is an infinitive working as the direct object. To see what? To see throwing. Therefore, throwing is a gerund working as the object of the infinitive. Your is an adjective modifying the gerund throwing. You're throwing what? Berries. Therefore, berries is the object of the gerund that's working as the object of the infinitive. And those is an adjective modifying berries. And that your little sister is an infinitive phrase working as an adverb telling us where you're throwing those berries. And the reason it can do so is because even though the gerund is working as the object of the infinitive, because it's a gerund, it retains its inherent verbiness. Let's look at some elliptical adverb clauses to make sure you don't forget about those. Sometimes it doesn't have the subject and the verb in the adverb clause, but it's still an adverb clause because it's implied. So what's implied in the adverb clause in number 1? It says, while carefully considering his answer, Robert ran out of time. What is implied in the adverb clause? It's an implied subject and verb.
Wait, what?
While he was carefully considering his answer, Robert ran out of time. Get it?
Huh.
Because remember, every clause has to have a subject and a verb. While carefully considering his answer.
While he was carefully considering his answer.
Yeah, while carefully considering his answer is an adverb clause, it does have a subject and a verb, but they're implied. Try number 2. Yeah. I like cake better than pie. What's missing?
I like cake better than I like pie.
Correct. Number 3. Bradley's more superstitious than June. What's missing?
Then June is superstitious.
Correct. Number 8. When asked to explain herself, Fanny remained silent.
When asked to explain herself, Fanny remained silent, explaining herself. No, when Fanny was asked to explain herself.
Correct. Good. Okay. Try number 15 on the next page. She finds this novel.
16?
15.
She finds this novel less appealing than that one. Then that one was appealing.
Then she finds that one appealing.
Then she finds that one appealing.
Okay. What about number 12?
Do you find Danny more handsome than Jeffrey? Too bad I'm not Jeffrey. Do you find Danny more handsome than you find Jeffrey?
That's one correct answer. Or do you find Danny more handsome than Jeffrey finds Danny would also be correct. It's unclear what it means exactly. What's the adjective clause?
Which is heavily armed.
And what's the relative pronoun?
Which?
And what's the relative pronoun working as? The subject. Correct. So the relative pronoun in an adjective clause works as something, unlike the subordinating conjunction, which just is a subordinating conjunction, right?
Right.
Okay. So what about number 6? What's the adjective clause?
Jason saw the cat that I lost 2 weeks ago. Jason, the cat that I lost 2 weeks. That I lost 2 weeks ago.
Correct. What's the relative pronoun? Look
that.
Yes, that. Look at the title of the page. Okay.
Oh yeah.
And what's the relative pronoun working as? Sorry.
To a subject?
No. I lost what? I lost that 2 weeks ago.
That I lost. That? Oh yeah, you're right. It's working as a direct object.
Working as a direct object. Okay. Now try number 7.
This special coffee, which I like to drink daily, has chicory in it. which I like to drink daily is adjective clause.
And the relative pronoun?
Which?
And it's working as?
Direct object?
Correct. Well, actually, object of the infinitive.
Oh, yeah, true.
I like to drink which daily. So the infinitive phrase to drink which is working as the direct object, which is working as the object of the infinitive. All right,
Yep.
try number 9.
Haven't you any more milk, which I need to go to sleep? Have you not any more milk, which I need to go to sleep? Which I need to go to sleep is the adjective clause.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Which is the relative pronoun.
Mm-hmm.
I need which, so it's working as direct object.
Correct. And try the challenge sentence, number 10. Sure, thanks. So try finishing number 10. What's the independent clause?
Brandon had to stop playing football.
Okay, cool. What's the direct object of that independent clause?
Gerund phrase playing football.
No, it's the infinitive phrase to stop playing football. Brandon had what?
To stop. Wait, isn't had to stop the verb phrase?
No, you can't have a to in the middle of a verb phrase.
Oh.
To stop.
Wait, can you have a to in a verb phrase at all?
No.
Hold on. I'm confused. We used to. Oh, okay.
Anytime you have a to in front of a verb, it's an infinitive.
The teacher said that. Under my teacher's interpretation, it would be had is an auxiliary, and to stop is the main verb.
No, incorrect. To stop is an infinitive. Infinitives don't work as verbs. The one thing they don't work as, they work as nouns, adjectives, and adverbs. So it makes them a verbal, which is say a verb form that's working as something other than a verb.
I see.
So the correct interpretation of that is had is the main verb. If I have cheese, you see that had can be either a main verb or an auxiliary verb. It doesn't have to be a helping verb. Sometimes you have something, then it's just the main verb, right? In this case, he has something, and the thing he has is to stop playing football. So, to stop playing football is the infinitive phrase, working as a direct object. To stop is the infinitive. Playing football is a gerund phrase, working as the object of the infinitive. Playing is the gerund. Football is the object of the gerund. Now do the last bit, upon which he had begun to rely for his mental well-being.
Upon which he had begun to rely.
What kind of clause is that?
Upon which is a prepositional phrase, right? Upon is a preposition. Upon what? Upon which? Of which is the preposition. Upon the preposition, right?
Look, the reason this is a challenging sentence is because, yes, upon is a preposition, and yes, it's before the which, but it's subordinate to the clause, which is to say the which is a relative pronoun, the beginning and adjective clause that's modifying football. So the adjective clause is upon which he had begun to rely for his mental well-being. Which is the relative pronoun working as the object of the preposition upon. And the total adjective clause there basically says he had begun to rely upon which for his mental well-being. So the prepositional phrase in which the relative which the relative pronoun is a part of, that prepositional phrase, he had begun to rely upon which, is telling you it's working as an adverb, because in that instance it's basically telling you where to rely, because to rely is working as the direct object of the adjective clause, but it's an infinitive and as a consequence retains its inherent verbiness. Number 2. What's the missing which or that And then tell me about the adjective clause.
Who has the special spicy type of that I like?
Correct. That is missing before I like. So
Right.
what's the adjective clause then?
The adjective clause is which
That I like.
that I like, yeah.
Gosh. Okay. Now, that one's very straightforward. So what's that working as in that one?
That is working as the adverb?
No, the direct object. I like that.
Oh, okay.
Can you see trouble?
That
Oh, yeah.
oh.
Try number 3. Do you want to try some of the blue potatoes Jerry found at the farmer's market? Where's the missing that go?
That goes down.
Correct. Now, what's that working as?
That is working as an adverb?
No! Jerry found that at the farmer's market. It's working as the direct object. Number 4.
Wait, hold on. That is working. That blue. Don't you want to try what? Don't you want to try some?
No, listen. Do you want to try some of the blue potatoes that Jerry found at the farmer's market? What's the adjective clause? That Jerry found at the farmer's market. What's the that working as? The direct object. Jerry found that at the farmer's market. Try number 4.
She won't leave the house which her grandfather built.
Sure. Which or that doesn't matter.
So which her grandfather built which, I guess, which is the direct object?
Correct. Her grandfather built which? Number 5.
This is the one rule I have that I've come to respect.
Correct. What's the adjective clause?
The adjective clause is
You just said it.
I've come to respect.
No, that I've come to respect.
That I've come to respect, yeah.
That I've come to respect. You include the missing that, okay?
Okay.
Now, which word in the independent clause is being modified by the adjective clause that I've come to respect?
Rule.
Correct. What is that working as in the adjective clause?
The direct object.
No, but
Come to respect what? Come to respect that. I respect what? I respect that. Yeah. It's the direct object.
it's the object of the infinitive. The direct object is to respect that.
Oh, to respect. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, try number 6.
Sandy won't touch the vase her grandmother bought in Transylvania.
What's the adjective clause?
Which her grandmother bought in Transylvania.
Good. What's the which working as?
The direct object.
Correct. I think it's fair to say anytime the which or that is implied, it's going to be working as some kind of object. And we're inclined to publish part of that grammar work with you just as a sort of video to show people what I do when I'm not doing typing stuff. Would you be okay with that? It wouldn't show your face at all. It didn't show you at all. You just hear your voice.
Okay, sure.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Alright, cool.
All right.
Alright,
Bye.
thank you.